So right now, Social Security is under a microscope. Millions of people are waiting to see what is going to happen not only to Social Security, but to Medicare, to Medicaid, and to SNAP benefits. There are so many different programs out there right now that are being looked at by the Department of Government Efficiency. And some are a little bit worried that we are going to see some big changes, meaning potential cuts. I want to break this down because we got some reports over the past couple of days that are somewhat scary, but at the same time, we're now starting to get some updates. But here's the big thing. According to experts, they say that there will be fraud found. There's going to be a lot of mismanagement of funds found simply because the Department of Government Efficiency is looking for it. They say, when you're not looking for something, it's very difficult to find it. Now, I'm going to break all this down in just a moment, explain how this is going to impact you in the very near future, but what this means for the next few months. So, I'll break all this down in just a moment, but all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates, and now let's begin. So just the other day, we heard from Elon Musk, and Elon Musk said that millions of people over the age of 120 years old were receiving Social Security benefits every single month. Well, we have some updates there, but we got some updates from Donald Trump himself. Look at this. It says Donald Trump issues update on Social Security and Medicaid. This update, what he has just said, is very, very important. Speaks volumes. Look at this. It says Donald Trump said on Hannity just the other day, he says, look, Social Security won't be touched other than if there's fraud or something. It's going to be strengthened, but it won't be touched. He also said there will not be cuts to Medicare and Medicaid. He says none of that stuff is going to be touched. He goes on and adds, now if there are illegal migrants in the system, we're going to get them out. Okay? So he's very clear. Migrants will not be able to receive Social Security. They're not going to be able to receive Medicare and Medicaid. They will be kicked out of the system. He also said, I will never do anything that will jeopardize or hurt Social Security or Medicare. We'll have to do it elsewhere, but we're not going to do anything to hurt them. Goes on to say, there's so many things we can do. There's so much cutting and so much waste in so many other areas, but I'll never do anything to hurt Social Security. Okay. He made it very clear that people on Social Security are not going to see cuts. But at the same time, there has to be some reform to Social Security, or else in the next 9 years, there will be cuts. But keep in mind that the Trump administration will not be in office in 9 years. The next administration, if they just go through one term, potentially will not be in office in the next 9 years. Okay? So keep that in mind. Now, the reason why I'm saying this, to keep all this in mind, is because of this. Look at this right here. It says, raise our taxes to save Social Security. 85% of Americans, okay, they say raise our taxes to save Social Security. Now, why? Why would people be just offering to raise their taxes, pay more in taxes to save Social Security? Well, it's simple. Because most people that are currently, 30 to 60 years old are really concerned about Social Security. I'm concerned about Social Security, okay? I'm not 40 yet, but I'm concerned about Social Security. Will it be around when I'm ready to collect it? Will it? I don't know. I just don't know. But this is the reason why it's such a big deal. Okay, I want to explain this. It says the potential solutions to reduce the funding gap. Right now, there is a funding gap. There's more people collecting Social Security benefits than we have people putting into it. Okay? It's creating a shortfall of funds. This is where they are saying that over the next several years, we are seeing so many people collect benefits every single day. Okay, over 10,000 baby boomers are collecting Social Security every single day. That's right now. That's incredible. Let me keep reading this. It says, so what do Americans want instead? The NASI survey found that more than 4 in 5, 82% of respondents, would prefer a bipartisan roadmap that includes a package of changes to make up the funding shortfall and improve the program. It says, for example, improvements they'd like to see include caregiving credit and bridge benefit for older workers with jobs that take a toll on their physical well-being. It says this preferred package, according to NASI, would also include, and again, this is where it's important, eliminating a payroll tax cap for earnings above $400,000. Okay, that's what most people are saying. Gradually raising the payroll tax rate from 6.2% to 7.2% for employers and employees, also a highly popular option, and reducing benefits for beneficiaries with higher incomes in retirement. Here's what you need to understand. There has to be multiple things that go on. We need to eliminate some of the waste on Social Security, and I'll get to that in a moment, because again, Elon Musk says millions of people over the age of 120 years old are receiving Social Security benefits, when essentially that's not true. Okay? Does it mean there's fraud happening or there's no fraud happening? No, absolutely not. Does it mean that we're losing, $100+ billion a year in fraudulent payments? We don't know. But that's why experts say that you do not find something if you're not looking for it. That's what Elon Musk is doing. Okay, look at this. It says tens of millions of dead people aren't getting Social Security checks. Okay. So all those people that were 150 years old, 180 years old, 200 and some years old, 360 years old, they're not getting payments. Okay? That's according to the reports. Here are the facts. Okay, I want to give you the facts. Here's what you need to know right now. It says a July 2024 report from Social Security Inspector General states that from fiscal years 2015 to 2022, the agency paid out almost $8.6 trillion in benefits, including $71.8 billion, or less than 1%, in improper payments. Most of the erroneous payments were overpayments to living people. This is also one of the issues, because now, not just the Trump administration, but the Social Security Administration under the Biden administration was instructed to go after those overpayments. Whether you're receiving overpayments because you made too much money, right? You were working at the same time, you weren't at your full retirement age yet, right? They're going to go after you. If you receive payments in multiple states, that's another way you received overpayments. Okay. And then what if you got a double payment? What if you got a double payment 1 month or many months in a row? Okay, but you didn't actually disclose that, yes, you received that payment. They're going to come after you. And so many are worried right now. But think about this for a second. In 7 years, there was $71.8 billion in erroneous payments. That means that $10 billion a year is from what they are showing us. But is it just $10 billion? Some say that they only found it because that is what they were looking for. They were looking for errors in the payment system. Now, here's what we know. It says, so are tens of millions of people over 100 years old receiving benefits? According to multiple reports, the answer is no. It says, part of the confusion comes from Social Security's software system based on the COBOL programming language, which has a lack of date type. This means that some entries with missing or incomplete birth dates will default to a reference point of more than 150 years ago. That's what we are being told. Now, is this true? Potentially, yes, that this is true. Okay? But the reason why this is bigger than that is because Elon Musk and Donald Trump are telling us that they're finding fraud, they're finding these issues. If we had, over, $100 billion or, multiple hundreds of billions of dollars going out in fraudulent payments every single year to millions and millions of Social Security beneficiaries that were, already, deceased, it would have been found out far before, just the other day. It would have been found out in the Biden administration, if they were looking. It would have been found out in the previous Trump administration, again, if they were looking. It would have been found out under the Obama administration, if they were looking. But that's the big deal, is nobody has been looking. Now, why is this important? It's because experts are saying that even if we find billions of dollars in fraud, the concern is that's not enough money. We still have to make adjustments to Social Security. Here's where the Trump administration stands. They are now looking at ways to reduce the waste and the fraud in Social Security first. Once they do that, then they will know how high should we push the Social Security payroll tax cap. Right now it's like $170,000 a year. Is it going to go to $250,000? Will it go to $400,000? Right? We don't know. So that's one of the changes that they will look at making. The other change that they will look at making is, are we going to increase the Social Security tax rate? It's currently at 6.2% for employees and employers. Should we raise that potentially to 7.2% for employees and employers? So instead of just 12.4%, it's going to jump up to 14.4%. And that could go all the way from $170,000 to $250,000 to over $400,000 in income. So again, these changes are coming. We know these changes are going to happen, and they are going to happen as soon as we figure out where is the waste and the fraud coming from within Social Security. How can the Department of Government Efficiency put an end to that? And then we will see how much of a true shortfall we actually have. So, just wanted to share this with you because I know a lot of people are saying that, yeah, this is crazy, all the information that's coming out about Social Security, and it is, but we're now starting to see more and more updates. The key here is as a new report comes out, there's another report that follows and then follows and follows. Eventually, we're going to get the truth and we'll have answers. So, as soon as we have answers as to what is going on regarding Social Security and how this is going to impact you, I promise I'll bring you all the latest news and updates as soon as we get them. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.